So I recently conducted a private lesson for a friend of mine at the range. He's shooting a Glock 43X on Appendix style holster, and he's got an optic on that gun. We covered such topics as zeroing the pistol and drawing from Appendix and reholstering from Appendix, as well as the basics in terms of trigger manipulation and marksmanship. We went down a few other rabbit holes here and there during the lesson, and he graciously allowed me to film it. So I have cut some of those excerpts from it. I think the ones that may be more of interest to you, especially if you've not shot or don't have a ton of experience shooting from Appendix, or if you may be somewhat newer to the optics game. Anyway, here's that lesson. Enjoy. So let's get you zeroed first, and then we'll move on from there. Here's the deal. You may even want to get the chair, but to zero this gun, I'm going to have you fire a 3-shot group.
Okay.
Do you like the donut? Do you like the ring?
Yeah, I got both.
Okay.
I mean, it works for me. I mean, that's where it is. But to be honest with you, I haven't shot it, so I don't know which one I would like better.
So if you hold the plus button, the whole reticle will flash, and then you're in a different mode. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to swap batteries. All right, so I managed to turn it off. Yeah, we're going to replace that battery.
So you see what I'm talking about? You see how it's just dim, it doesn't respond to anything.
Yeah, good to go. Yep, easy day. All right, yep, battery time fixes everything in this case. And I'm going to have you in that chair. You're going to center yourself, and you're going to put the dots on the dots and shoot as gently as you can, and give me 3 good shots, as perfect as you can. And then once you have done that, we will reel it in, take a look, mark hits, make adjustments, do it a few times till we get it reasonably zeroed.
All right.
Okay, hopefully does the table keep you reasonably steady?
Yeah.
All right. Put the dot right in the middle of that red circle, perfect as you can. Take up the slack on the trigger. Take up the slack on the trigger. That means press it until you start to feel resistance.
Yeah.
Now, don't make it go bang. I just want you to build pressure. Like, I want the bang to surprise you. Like, don't smash through it. Like, literally just like add an ounce, add an ounce, add an ounce, add an ounce, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. And then reset the trigger, do the exact same thing again. What are you racking? What are you doing?
Sorry.
You turn it up, turn it down.
No.
Are you racking it or turning it up or turning it down? What are you getting ready to do?
I was getting ready to rack it. My bad. My bad.
It's self-racking.
Yes, it is.
When it goes bang, it racks for you. So you're good to go.
Let me give myself a couple.
All right, then one more. Same thing. Put the dot in the middle.
Trigger pull is pretty heavy on it. Feels like.
Okay, you'll get used to it. All right. So go ahead and set it down. We'll do a little bit of adjustamento here. That's a reasonable group. It's a reasonable group as I show it to the camera. So I'm going to mark those hits.
Yeah, I'm trying to put it right in here.
Yep.
But of course, I was fidgeting, trying to.
Well, it always, look, it's always going to move.
Yeah.
You can't make it not move because you move.
Yeah.
Right? And the optic is basically just showing you all the movement that is happening. So I'm going to go like freaking 6 clicks down, 7 clicks right. I think I'm gonna go 10 clicks right because we've come down some, but we did not move over very much. And I think I'm gonna come another 4 clicks down. Something that may be helpful to you. You see how that knuckle's sticking out that way?
Yeah.
Put more finger in there. I want this part of your finger straight.
Okay.
You can press the trigger with there, doesn't matter.
Okay.
I want that part straight because I want your finger, see my
put
finger?
More finger in it?
Yeah, I want it to come straight back. I want it to come straight back.
I'm trying to pull with the first digit. So
nah, bullshit. Put it in to where this is straight. Not against the frame, not hanging out, straight.
Okay.
That is going to work for you much better, I think. we scooted some. Did not scoot as much as I wanted, but that's okay. I'm gonna go freaking 20 clicks right.
Trying to keep it right in the middle.
Yeah, I know. You keep doing the same thing. Don't try and Kentucky windage this thing, right? Like,
Yeah, I'm calming down more. Now, when it comes to riding the slide forward, is it best to put the magazine in and pull it, or hit the mag release with your finger?
I hit the mag release. Either will work. The slide catch, you mean?
Yeah, the slide catch.
Is faster.
Okay.
Either will work. But hit the slide catch with your
See,
finger.
because I'm left-handed, so I have to use my...
Yeah, no, you can use your index finger.
Yeah, I've done that
Do the finger. That's what I do with the guns that don't have the catch on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Same thing, Norm. 3 rounds. Body. All right. I've gone 5 clicks over to the left. Let's shoot one group. Hopefully this is good enough, and we can move on from here. So let's try that. So, but I'm almost happy.
Okay.
You're shooting decent groups, by the way.
Thanks.
So, to your point, yeah, I don't want to make any changes based on this group, but I do want you to shoot another group.
Yes.
When you're shooting, I don't want you to be breathing at the same time, not for pure precision. I want your breathing to pause. Don't suck it all the way in, like don't go to the tippy top. Don't exhale all the way out.
Okay.
Like I want it kind of in the middle, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like if you breathe in, let it halfway out, pause there. We can stay there for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't want to pause my breathing and then start taking up slack on the trigger because that's taking time. Take up all the slack on the trigger, stop there. Now begin your press.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
And then look, every shot, let's do that. Don't try and hold your breath for multiple shots because you may be getting cloudy vision or you may be getting a little bit of shakes or a little bit of impatience because of that breathing.
Yeah.
So each breath, make it its own, or each shot, make it its own breath for this one.
Gotcha.
Good to go? Okay. So like I said, pick up the gun, take up the slack, do all those things. Get it on target, keep breathing. Get it on target, take up the slack, keep breathing. Yeah, get it on target, take up the slack. Keep breathing, take up the slack. Once you've taken up the slack, now inhale, halfway exhale, pause there, and that's when I want you to work your press. I think that's going to give you the most accurate. And then same thing, I want you to do it again, the exact same thing. So pause where you're at on the trigger, breathe. Once you've breathed all the way in, pause halfway out, begin your press. Let's do that. Let it surprise you. I do not want it. All right, so that time we put 3 in the X-ring. I'm not changing a damn thing on that gun. I'm not changing it. That was those 3. We can see it on the camera. Yep. Last 3. And that's at 10 yards, but I'm perfectly okay with that. I don't want to change that for shit. So here's what we're going to do. Let's we've cleared it already. Go ahead and put your holster on. What we're going to do is we'll do some draws. We will do them completely dry fire just to make sure that we're squared away on that. And let me clear my gun as well so that we don't have any guns that are hot because I want to show you what I'm talking about. But
so, question.
Yeah.
Best to put the holster on, then put the weapon in.
Oh no, I like leaving the gun in the holster. Okay. That's easier. You can do that, but if it's in the holster, I know it's safe, right? Nothing's going to get the trigger. Nothing's going to cause any problems. So if you have the gun in the holster and you put the whole unit on you, that's the safest way to put on a gun. Like it don't get any safer than that.
Right.
And same thing, if you don't need to unholster it and you just want to take the whole damn thing off, that's the safest way to take it all off. So you know it's a bunch of different ways to handle it, but that's my favorite in terms of getting in and out of a gun without having to deal with any silliness. Let me just remind you when it comes to drawing. So first thing you want to do is with your support hand, get your shirt out of the way. 2, you're going to achieve your grip on the gun in the holster. You make sure your index finger, your trigger finger is completely up and out of the way because you don't want to frickin' touch that trigger, right? Not until we're up and on target. Gun's gonna come straight up like this. Hands gonna meet together. I'm gonna come forward, find the optic, and then I can go to work. Good to go? Okay. To put it away, take this hand off the gun. Get your freaking shirt out of the way. Kick your hips forward. And then let's ease that muzzle into the holster. So that's taking it out, putting it away. Good to go?
Okay.
All right. Step up just a skosh right there is good. Step one is at the same time, clear your garment with this hand and get your grip. So step one, clear and grip. 2, gun comes straight up your body and then tilts out. Comes up, tilts out, hands come together, press forward, find the optic. Now, is that bright enough right now where it's at, or do you want brighter?
I'm trying to find the optic.
Okay, well that tells me right now we want it brighter. So go ahead and keep it pointed down range, adjust the optic brightness up 1 or 2 notches. Keep your left hand on the gun, take this hand off the gun, turn the whole damn thing sideways, and I use my thumb. Get it a couple clicks. Can you see it? Get where you can see it so you can see what you're doing. I don't want it so bright that it blossoms out. Hey, look through here. Tell me, is that bright enough? It's only lock out or lock in.
Okay.
Doop, doop, doop. So 1, 2, 3. So, but if you get it, once again, take a look, make sure that's where you want it.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Hold down the plus button for 3 seconds. The reticle will flash once. And then once you've done that, the plus and minus won't do shit. You have to hold the plus button down for 3 seconds again to get where you can adjust it up and down.
Okay.
And I think something like your holster belt might be touching the minus button. Because remember when you said, oh, no, I can't see it anymore? So I think something's bumping it. So just be aware of that. You got it?
Got it.
Well, if we're happy with that, let's go ahead and holster up. So right hand comes off the gun. Get the shirt up. Let's tilt the gun back, but keep the muzzle pointed forward. And then kick your hips. Good. Go ahead and ease that in. Look it in the holster. Ease it in. Look it in. All right, good to go. Cover it back up with the shirt. All right, let's get a couple more draws now because we got to find that optic. And since we didn't have it on, basically, we got to do this. So, so same thing. Garment comes up, establish grip. Establish grip. Gun comes up. Hands come together. Press forward, find the optic. Don't tilt your head, bring the whole damn gun up.
Yeah, I got to trick that habit.
Yeah, you do. You're not the only one who does that. All right, you got it?
Yes, sir.
All right, and then same thing. Support hand off the gun. Clear your garment. Hips forward. Set it in. There we go. I'm going to have you do a couple of draws without me doing it step by step now.
All right.
Kick your left foot back just a little bit. It'll be easier. Left foot back. There. And widen up a little bit. Widen up a little bit. All right. So, I'm not going to tell you the steps. I'm just going to tell you to draw, okay?
Okay.
Draw. Don't tilt your head, Norm. You got the optic?
Yes, sir.
All right. Back to the holster. Okay. This time, don't move your head. Do you see the X?
Sir.
You see the X. Don't move your head. Draw. Put it in front of your dominant eye. Good to go?
Sir.
All right, back to the holster. All right, now this time, I'm not going to hold your head. Just don't move your head, okay?
Sir.
Draw. Got it?
Sir.
Good to go. All right, back to the holster. Excellent, excellent. Now let's talk about how to load properly. With your support hand, I want this magazine here. I'll even throw some BBs in here because we might as well freaking do a little bit of shooting. You need to come at the gun like this. So I'm here, I've drawn out. Hold the gun here, right? So my upper arm is against my rib cage. Gun is in front of my face. I can see the magazine well. See the inside of it?
Sir.
You're gonna come with your magazine like this. Do you see my fingers?
Sir.
How it lines up? Put it in halfway, fingers out of the way. Hit it one time, rack it hard, and then you're ready to go, okay? I'm doing this because, look, it lines up nicely. And with my finger up here, I know where my hand is. If I'm trying to do this, which I see some people do, like this kind of crazy shit, maybe it hits, maybe it doesn't, right? Like this kind of crap. I've got to hold my magazine like this. That lets me do that.
Sir.
Good? Now, I don't want you to do it fast. I want you to do it properly, okay? Just go ahead and draw. Just get a normal draw. Leave the magazine out of both hands. Get a full draw. Okay. Now, come back to that workspace I showed you. Okay? Now, take this hand, get that magazine. You might have to get your pinky out of the way because you got them big-ass mitts. Turn it like this. Put it in part way. Get that finger out of the way. Get that finger out of the way. Now, hit it one time. Okay. Now, I don't want you to pull your hand back and smack it. I just want you to go like that. Does that make sense?
Sir.
So go ahead and eject it. So put it in halfway. Take your pinky out of the way. It'll be easier. Put it in halfway. Yes. Yeah, when you have to rear back and do that, inefficient. Turn the gun over vertical. Turn the gun vertical. Like that. Grab the slide hard. Let go. Look at this. Does this look really awkward and shit?
It does.
Watch this. You're doing this. I want you to grab like this. I want you to put your whole hand over top, slingshot the shit out of it. This, if you are dry, if your fingers are dry and there's no mud, blood, sweat, nothing like that, you can get away with that.
Okay.
As soon as we introduce any of those things, I need you to grab the shit out of it like this and rack the shit out of it, okay?
Okay.
But we'll work on that. All right. So.
It's hot.
I know. Let's go ahead and put it back in the holster.
Okay.
It'll be okay. Just kick your hips forward, put your left foot back, right foot forward. There you go. Good to go. Put your shirt over it. Is this the first time you had a loaded gun in a holster on you?
In my appendix, yeah.
Yeah. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, don't touch the trigger until we get up on target. You'll be good.
Sir.
Make sense?
Sir.
Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have you draw and just fire one shot, and we're going to do it super step by step, okay?
Sir.
So don't even touch the trigger until we get up on target.
Sir.
Draw. Don't move your head. Hands together. Press forward, find the optic. Don't move your head, don't move your head, don't move your head. All right. Is the dot on the X?
Sir.
Take up the slack on the trigger. Don't make it go bang. Just take up more slack, take up more slack, take up more slack, take up more slack, take up more slack. Keep going. Let it surprise you. Let it surprise you. Don't make it go bang. Just take up slack, take up slack, take up slack. Good. All right. Finger off trigger. Finger off trigger. Completely off trigger. All right. Holster up. Easy day. Right in the X-ring. You're good. You're good, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to speed up shit. I just want you to do a few reps of this. Literally just draw, fire one round.
Okay.
Okay? Just to get comfortable with it. Make sense?
Sir.
All right. Draw. About to say, you don't got to look for it. It's already there. It didn't move nowhere. Hands together. Press forward, don't move your head. Press forward, don't move your head. Press forward, get it in your line of sight. Take up the slack on the trigger. Take up more slack. Don't make it go bang. You're just taking up slack. Let it surprise you. Take up slack, 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 take up slack. Finger off the trigger. Completely off the trigger.
That was not in the middle.
That's okay. I don't give a shit. Finger off the trigger.
Off the trigger?
Yep. Come on back. Back to the holster.
Good time.
We ain't rushing.
Yeah.
This is not about speeding, okay? This is about getting all the reps to where you understand what's going on. I find some people, if they don't do this stuff, they start taking a lot of shortcuts and doing a lot of weird stuff. And it hurts them in the long run, if that makes sense.
It does.
All right. You ready for another one?
Sir.
All right, draw. Hands together. All right, now hang on. I need your middle finger underneath the gun. So take this hand off. Take this hand completely off. Yeah, I need this middle finger underneath that. Yes.
Okay.
I don't want you shooting two fingers. So let's just go back to the holster. Let's get your garment out of the way. I need you to dig underneath the gun with these 3 fingers.
Okay.
You don't need to get your thumb behind it like that, but you need to get these 3 fingers underneath it. Okay? You can come up like this and then drop your thumb over. That's fine, okay? But these 3 fingers, man, they gotta be underneath the front strap of that gun. So do not come up with like a half grip. It's gonna really screw you, okay?
Sure.
All right. So same thing. Draw. So shirt out of the way. Get your 3 fingers underneath, 3 finger grip. Come on up. Okay, now drop that thumb over. Go forward. Don't move your head, Norm. Take up the slack on the trigger. And then finger off the trigger. Now we're going to shoot 2 shots.
Okay.
Now let me talk about 2 shots. If I want to shoot multiple shots, a lot of times I see people, if I go shoot 2 shots, they do something like this, where they shoot the shot, they completely take their finger off the trigger, and then they completely put their finger back on the trigger and go like bang, bang. So the temptation, if you watch my finger, just watch my finger, is they go, I'm going to shoot on the left-hand side, so it's not even going to mess with the target. So they go like this, and then they go. What I want you to do is take up the slack, watch it go bang, and then so in other words, I really only need to go to there to make the gun go bang.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So I don't need to go all the way off, all the way on, bang. That is a big pain in the butt, right? So as soon as the gun goes bang, you're gonna go forward, then take up the slack again, and then press again. So you're gonna come up, bang, the gun will cycle, don't rack it, right? And then you're gonna immediately let the trigger go forward and shoot it again. Good to go? Do you know how to administratively remove your magazine?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. So without drawing your gun, if that's in there, without drawing it, you can hit the mag release, pull it right out, stays in the holster.
Okay.
You can totally do that. And it doesn't matter, you can face it in any direction because you ain't drawing your gun. So try to administratively remove your mag, see if that'll work.
It won't.
Does the holster cover it?
I got it.
Oh, there you go. Put a few extra rounds there.
I didn't know what you meant when you said administratively. That's why I said I do
Yeah.
that.
Oh, no. The whole point of this is understanding what's going on. And I'm not going to, you don't assume, I won't assume. That's why I asked. I always tell the recruits is when you make an assumption, it makes an ass out of you and umption. So, and then you stuff it back in and push it till it clicks. And then I'll pull on it, make sure it won't come out. Just yank on it a little bit. And yeah, good to go. There you go. All right. So this time we're going to do 2 rounds. 2 rounds. Drop your left foot back just a little bit. Yeah. All right. So same thing. So get your drawing. So we draw, shirt out of the way, 3 finger grip underneath, come up, hands together. Don't move your head. Get the optic on the target. And take up the slack. 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 Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And then immediately, yep. Now, same thing. Start building it again. Depending on how far along we get, I might have you do some cadence drills.
Okay.
And that's where you literally go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and just get a rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you to do a few more draws first. If you're okay with it?
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
See that right there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that. I want this against that because the gun's going to try and come back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want that closed in. It ain't like it's going to run away from you that way.
Okay.
So your hands should be together at the back of the gun.
Okay.
Good to go?
Okay.
Now let's put it up. How you doing now?
I'm doing better.
Still good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm settling in.
Oh no, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Drawn from Appendix for the first time is it's different.
Mm-hmm.
It's different.
Yeah, it is.
And
it's a lot different to draw from the hip.
Yeah. It's faster. It's more secure. I think it's easier to conceal.
It is.
But it takes some getting used to.
Mm-hmm.
All right, eject the mag, let it fall. Eject it, let it fall.
Just let it fall?
Let it fall, let it fall. Ain't hurt shit, here, reload. All right, now, take your hand like that, grab it, let go. Yes, there we go. Safely back to the holster. All right, last three. Draw. Okay, so that was not the entire lesson. I cut out some of the slower parts, but I tried to give you guys, I think, a more comprehensive look about some of the things that I cover when I'm dealing with somebody who's pretty new to shooting in general, shooting from the holster, and a few other things like that. He's a really good student, and so typically when I cover something with him, it sticks, so always a pleasure to work with him. I will end this here, guys. I know it's been a pretty long video, but ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. If you enjoyed this and got anything from it, I'd really appreciate a like. And if you enjoy content like this, as well as stuff covering gun reviews, knives, flashlights, other EDC gear, and occasionally some health-related stuff, a subscription will definitely get you more of that content. Ladies and gentlemen, take care, stay safe. I'll talk to you soon.
Get him, Jay.